Hello, everyone, and welcome again to this wonderful, exciting episode of my free spirit guide readings. Thank you all so much for watching. Bear with me for a moment while I make a couple of adjustments here on Facebook. I need to make this public so I see your beautiful comments coming through and your requests for readings. And then I need to share this to a few different groups. So let me see where I'm sharing to. Mystic Spiritual Advertising. Free live psychic readings. Free psychic readings. And Psychic Star Advertising, and this other one. Okay, so we should be all good on that aspect. I have to do one more thing, and then I'm going to start taking requests. Let me see. We've got a few people watching. If you would like a spirit guide reading, please go ahead and make a comment. I'm going to explain a little bit more about what that means, what that is, what I do. But give me just one more second. I have to hop on over just to my page and make this one public. Just a little bit of setup work to do before we can jump into the fun. Okay, so we should be all good there. Hopping on over, page. Okay, looks like everything is all set up. Very cool. Okay, so for everyone joining, it looks like we have comments. Oh, wow. Look at that. Is this working? Am I back? Is everything okay? That was weird. I got pookly-eyed there by spirit. I got kicked out of my own broadcast. Look at that. Okay, everyone message me real quick. Make sure this is still going on. This is still happening live. Because there are some spirit shenanigans, I feel like. So I am just going to check out. I see a couple people commenting. Okay, yep. It looks like I'm still live. So, all right, we are good. Okay, let me pause this then. All right. Sorry, everyone. Sorry for that. Mayo Girl and Bianca, good evening. Yes, these are new requests only. Thank you, Mayo Girl, for joining. She says new requests only. Bianca, good evening. Wonderful to have you here. You're most welcome. And she says, that was weird. Yes, it was. I don't know what that was about. I don't even really think I clicked anything. It just kind of was like, boop. And I'm like, oh, I'm not in my own live stream anymore. So, but anyway, we're here now. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today? We're waiting for people to hop on and request these beautiful spirit guide readings. A nice laid back Sunday, right? Weather's beautiful out there. I went on a hike yesterday. Oh, it was serene. It was so incredible. Am I really blurry to you guys? How do I look? Is the camera focused? I can't tell. Oh, wow. All that stuff in the background there. There's some bag on the floor and all that. That's stuff from hiking. Mail Girl says, okay, might be worth saying that in the description then. Are you talking about for the readings being for only new people? That's kind of the general how I always do it. The free ones, I'm trying to just give one person one person gets one reading. I take everyone on sort of the honor system on that. Otherwise, if you want more than that, you have to book a full session. So yeah. And Bianca says, I'm good. Thanks, and yourself. I am wonderful. I passed out. I've been doing this week was more readings than I'd ever done before. And yeah, I was sitting here. I gave a shamanic healing session live for anyone that caught that. Fiona says she has to be a part of this again. I don't know. Yeah, but you're going to want out again in like 2 minutes. So I don't know what you're going to do about that. But yeah, you can hang out. Yes, but otherwise wonderful. Yeah, but I passed out. I was asleep for I don't know how long, but I don't normally take naps during the day. I'm not the kind of person that does that. So still kind of shaking that off. Otherwise, having a beautiful day. Paula says, hello, first time here. Paula, would you like a spirit guide reading? And if so, do I have your permission to energetically enter your space to do the reading? And let me just explain a little bit about what these spirit guide readings are. These aren't a card reading, so anyone who's thinking I'm going to pull out a card for them, you'll have to look elsewhere for a card. And these also are not mediumship readings in the traditional sense that most people think about mediumship. They are like in a technical sense type of mediumship in that I am the medium between you and your guides, but these are not loved ones who have passed on, who have like unresolved issues or anything like that. These are guides of a higher vibration. They are guides like angels and animal guides and plant spirits and elemental beings and star seeds, all kinds of beautiful beings that are here to help assist us to grow, to awaken, to heal. And they are beings of the light. So those are the beings that I work with. I can see those beings, talk to them, and so on your behalf, I will ask them questions. In a full session, like I would normally do, I would, where's my brain at? In a full session, I would explain all of the guides that are around you, what they look like, give the description of them, and then you would have the chance to ask numerous questions of these guides. And in this condensed mini version of that, I am just going to quickly describe the first guide that shows up for you, and then you will get to ask one question of that guide. Okay, so having said that, Paula says, yes, please, permission given. So we're going to start with Paula. If Fiona, I'm just going to ask, whatever you do, just don't bash your head against the microphone because people hear that and it's probably really loud for people. If you want to purr softly into the microphone, that's fine, but don't smack it. Okay. Okay. So Paula, tuning into you now. Ooh, Paula, a lot of gold around your energy fields. A lot of gold and then some streams of this green throughout some of the outer layer. So we got a good read on the energy. Who is the first being that wants to show up? Ooh, there's a whole bunch of beings trying to make themselves present at once. Which is the being that wants to be present for this particular one question? It's someone from, I believe, like old, I don't know what era, I'm not familiar with the different eras, but old Japan. He's got like a full kimono and this hat that's sort of covering his face, and he appears to be some kind of wanderer. I believe he's just some sort of wanderer. So what do you have for this wanderer from old Japan? What question would you like to ask, Paula? Yes, Fiona, you're doing a very good job at holding this beautiful space for us. So we're just waiting on the question from Paula here. And for anyone else tuning in, thank you so much for watching. We'll see who Spirit decides we're going to get to today. Normally, I don't know. It's different every time. Sometimes I'll do 2 or 3. Sometimes I'll sit down here and do 5 or 6. Just kind of depends on how the energy's flowing. So we'll see what happens. And if anyone's interested, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Left the comment there, or the link there in the comments, the description rather. Yes, subscribe there. And I do this every day as of right now. I come on and do these free ones. So yeah, subscribe so you get notified when I'm on there. Okay, who is he? As I'm from Leeds, UK. I don't know. I've never heard of the city Leeds before. Maybe that's like an abbreviation or something. I don't know. So who is he? Does he have a message for me? Beautiful question. Lots of room for possibility there. Okay, let's see. And let me pull this up so people know who we're talking to. Oh, yes, he did have a message. Okay, so he showed me a vision, and the vision that he showed me was of him walking along a path, and it was a beautiful, bright, sunny day, flowers growing on either side of this trail he was walking on. But then as he was walking, there was a large, like dark entity, like a demon on the path. And rather than reacting, he just kept in his calm manner and just walked right past it. And then another one appeared on the other side of the path. Again, calm manner, not giving it any mind at all. Just walked straight past it. And then this happened a few times until everything sort of became dark and he entered this sort of cave. And in this cave, there were two items. There was a sword and there was a flute. And he sat there for a second and he reached out and grabbed the flute instead of the sword. And he walked back out of the cave, back towards where all of these dark beings were. And he started playing the flute with this beautiful music. And these beings that as he was walking past, all the darkness shed off of them and they became these beautiful beings of light that just became free and just started kind of floating up. So that was the vision he had for you. So I think I'm going to leave this more like mystical seer style. What I do for people when they get these visions, if they don't really make 100% sense for people, I go really in depth and I will explain. I will ask spirit to help me to explain what these visions mean in a way that we can translate it into English. So if anyone's interested in that, Paula, if you are interested in that, reach out to me. We can book a full session and not just get the meaning for that message, but we can ask all kinds of other questions and go really deep. And you have lots of other beings that wanted to communicate with you. We all do, but you in particular, they were all like, ooh, me. So yeah, lots of beings very willing to help you, ready to help you. Paul says, does that mean my life is going to get better? We can ask many, many more questions, including that one. Can you tell me my name, please? You'll have to book a full session. So there's a link in the description to my website if you want to book, or you can message me on Shaman's Way on Facebook, and we can set it up that way. You can send me a message. So thank you, Paula. Thank you. We got lots and lots of people. Paul's asking how much. They're $60 for a full session. They run anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, and it just kind of depends on what spirit has in store for us. But yeah, $60, and then I'm not just going to tell you one guide. I'll describe all of those beings that were trying to make themselves present for that, and then you can just ask a whole bunch of questions, and we'll get really deep into that stuff. So thank you so much for that, Paula. Thank you. All right, so let's scroll back up here. We got lots of other people messaging. Spirit, who am I going to choose next? Elaine, are you still watching? Elaine, if you're still watching, do I have your permission to energetically enter your space? And know, everyone, that I'm not going in any particular order here. I'm just kind of, spirit shines and is like, pick that person. I'm picking that person. So thank you all for your patience, understanding, and thank you all for your energy and your attention and for being here and being open to having these beautiful experiences and receiving this guidance. Paula says, thank you very much. Want to know more? And I would love to help you to know more. Oh, I love talking to people's guides and acting as the mediator. Sometimes really powerful healing happens during these. We go into it thinking we're just asking about, finances, relationship, or life circumstances, whatever. But our guides sometimes are like, oh no, this is the opportunity for us to heal. We can remove these blockages. We can experience really powerful healing. So our guides oftentimes will open up the space for us to do that. So would love to work with you, Paula. Thank you. Let's see. We're going back up. Who did I just ask? That was Elaine. Elaine, are you still? Let me pull this up here. I'm going to give her another 30 seconds. Elaine, are you still with us? Are you still watching? And would you still like a free spirit guide reading? If you are next. If not, then I'm going to move on to the next person. We'll see who spirit says. See who spirit says I'm supposed to pick next. Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. And head on over to YouTube. I know I'm streaming to multiple different groups now. So the one surefire way to know for 100% that your comments will come through is to head on over to Shaman's Way on YouTube. And if you comment there, I know for a fact I'll see your comments. And subscribe. That way you'll get notified next time I go live for these if I don't get to you today. So I thank you for that. Liz says, good evening. Good evening, Liz. It was beautiful working with you the other day. Oh, that was a cool one. Liz had a full session with me. We were talking with all kinds of like Egyptian gods, and that was a powerful session. That was cool. Okay, so moving on. Elaine is no longer with us. She's moved on to beautiful, incredible things. So who is Spirit saying is next? Steph Proud. Could I have a mini reading, please? Lots of Robins seen lately. Steph, you still watching? And if you are, do I have your permission to energetically enter your space to do the reading? Ooh, this feels good. Oh, and Liz just says, it was fab, guys. Definitely interesting. Yeah, there was some real powerful healing messages that came through on that one. Steph says hi, and yes, I do have her permission to energetically enter her space to do the reading. Yes, please. Thank you. All right. So, that needed to move before we could do that. Steph, there is a large whale, like this ones you see in the sea, a whale has showed up. What question do you have for this whale? And thank you, everyone, for tuning in and asking and requesting a reading. Thank you. Stick around. We'll see who Spirit decides I'm going to get to today. Thank you all. And anyone watching, if anyone resonates with this, you feel called, you like really want a reading, but don't want to leave it to chance, or you want more than just the mini reading, please check out my website. You can book a full session. I also do shamanic healing, all kinds of really wonderful stuff. So something to look into if Spirit calls to you and says that might be something you're interested in. So I thank you. What does that signify, please? It signifies that there's a whale. A whale being there signifies there's a whale. So I'm assuming what you mean. Sorry, I like to have fun with people. Steph, I'm assuming what you're asking is what he is here for and sort of what message he has for you. So unless I hear from you in the next couple of seconds, I'm just going to ask sort of what message he has for you. If you want, if you're really interested, you can look up like what whale medicine is, or like what a whale guide means. But that's not what I specialize in. I just give the messages that come from spirit. And oftentimes they come in the form of visions. Sometimes it all depends on how specific a question we ask. If we ask a really specific question, sometimes we get a really specific answer. If we ask a more open question, sometimes we get an answer or a message that opens us up to a lot of possibility, which is also a really good thing. So whether it's specific or a really open question, it's beautiful either way. So she says, great, thanks. So I think that means okay to ask what he's here for and what message he might have. So Steph, tuning in now. Ooh, wow. Here is oh, and look at this. Okay, I'm going to pull that up in a second after I give you the message. So the message that he gave, like the whale who swims deep in the ocean, surrounded by nothing but vast silence. He is here to bring his medicine to you, to help you to discover the peace in solitude. The peace in solitude. Medicine he has for you is discover the peace, the deep silence which is ever present, no matter where you are, no matter what's happening. There is always deep peace in the ocean of consciousness, which is who you are at your essence. So that is the message. And look at what she asked as I was receiving that vision, that message. Will I be left in peace? Oh, he knew. He was listening before you even asked it over Facebook. So that is super cool. Awesome. So Steph, thank you so much for allowing me to be the mediator between you and that beautiful, wise, powerful whale spirit. So that was wonderful. Oh, yes. And Steph, she says, thank you. I think an X is that a kiss or is that just an X that happened to come through? I don't know. Either way, thank you so much, Steph. Whoever's interested, Steph, including you, if you want to go deeper into that, we can do a full session, and I would love to do that with you. So thank you either way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Ooh, feeling good energy now. Ooh, these messages that have been coming through on today's are like, ooh, good energy. I like that. Had to blow that more into form. He says yes. Oh, thank you. Very cool. Okay. So going back up, let's see. Who does Spirit want me to work with next? Oh, it's YouTube's turn. YouTube's turn. Love to give YouTube people attention. The Celtic Intuitive says hi. Greetings from Scotland. Or should I say greetings from Scotland? Sorry, that was probably a horrible Scottish accent, but I had to attempt it. And the red beard's not Scottish, by the way, on me. Just in case anyone was wondering, I'm sure no one was, but it's Irish and not Scottish. So, the Celtic Intuitive, are you still watching? And would you like a reading? Do I have your permission to enter your space? Do I have your permission to enter your space to do the reading? The Celtic Intuitive. Hank says, yes, love the good energy. Oh, Hank's feeling it too. Yeah, that's beautiful. Ooh, good stuff. So much fun. So we're waiting on the Celtic Intuitive to see whether or not I have his permission. And I think on YouTube, that's where I get the biggest delay in the comments. There's a delay everywhere, just slightly, but YouTube has a little bigger delay. So Celtic Intuitive, if you've already sent your answer and I haven't responded yet, it probably just means it's on its way. It's making its way here. So we have to, this is a lesson in patience as we wait for the internet to do its magical, magical thing. He said Bonnie accent. Well, hey, I got some kind of accent right. So I guess that's good. So he says, yes, you have my permission, and yes, there's a big delay. Very cool. All right. But that's all right. There's no delay in spirit. What is time anyway? What is time? So, all right. Tuning in now. Ooh. There's blue in the energy fields immediately around the body, but from the thymus, there is this silverish, almost like a silver and gold energy coming from there. So got a good connection to the energy. Who is the first being that wants to make themselves present? Again with the animals today. I love it. It is a big rabbit. Big rabbit made themselves present. I said this yesterday. Sometimes we get a lot of human kind of spirits. Sometimes we get like a lot of star beings. Sometimes we get plant spirits and all that stuff. But yesterday and today, well, we had some human spirits earlier today, but there's already got a couple animal spirits coming through. Animal spirits communicate in the most beautiful way. I love the way their energy comes across. They often communicate in visions, but the energy is just great in the way they have these messages for us. And we can always look deeper into on our own, like what the medicine of rabbit is. So Celtic Intuitive, what is the question that you have for this rabbit that has shown up for you? Waiting on that big delay that's there. Hura Saria Uruayarana. Yeah. A little bit of light language there. And Celtic Intuitive says, what is your message for me? So asking the beautiful rabbit now what his message is. Oop, sorry, putting that back up there so we know who we're talking to. Well, I'm feeling lots of possibility right now about a lot of things. Yes, Fiona, I hear you, but I'm receiving a vision right now, so give me just 1 second. Ooh, that was a cool one. Hang on for just a second, and thank you for your patience. Fiona, yes, I know you have amazing adventures to go on throughout the condo. So there we go. She always likes to keep us entertained while I'm doing these. The Celtic Intuitive. Here was the message, the vision that I was shown from this rabbit spirit. I saw him running very fast through a field, and then like a large bird of prey grabbed him in his talons and was carrying him and he kicked and fought and landed, and he escaped, and then kept running, found his way into a hole in the ground. And he stayed there for a long time. And I was very hungry, but so afraid. And right outside of this hole where he could peek his head, there was a bunch of beautiful flowers that he could have eaten. But he was very afraid to eat them, so he didn't. And then other rabbits were coming along, and they were just fine, having no problem eating the flowers. And then finally, he was so hungry, he decides to come out. And then here comes this bird of prey again to get him. And this time instead, he ran for a bit. Then he got fed up, turned around, and just like started trying to bite, and like was able to bite the leg or one of the talons or something on this bird. And then the bird flew off. And then he kind of had a moment of like, what just happened? And then, no, that was the right thing to do. And then went and started eating flowers, joined up with the other rabbits, and then everything was okay. So that was the message. Ooh, that was a cool one. Celtic Intuitive, I am going to leave that up to you to interpret, unless you want to book a full session. Then I can give you the English translation with the help of the spirits as to what that meant. And we can also go way deeper into that, get more messages, and communicate with all the other magical beings that are with you. So let me know. You can reach out to me if you want to book a full session. And I thank you, thank you, thank you. So Hank, my beautiful brother on the path of shamanism and one of my best friends in the world, has said, hey, Casey, Anna, Satake, who commented, is my cousin. No pressure. Well, great reverse psychology there. Again, going in no particular order, I think Hank has tuned into something powerful. There's some powerful spirit that is working through him that means that we should give a reading to Anna Satake. Anna, you are next. Do I have your permission to energetically enter your space to do the reading? And everyone else, I see lots of other people. Hi, new here. Me. Yes, you. All of you. Every single one of you. We'll see who we have time to get to today. And again, I don't go in any particular order. I just kind of, whoever spirit says it would be fun in the moment to do, that's who I do. And Kristina, hey, I had a reading from you 2 days ago, and I cracked the message of your vision. You're awesome, dude. Thank you, Kristina, for saying this. Thank you. Okay, this right here, I love it. Everyone watching, listen to this. These visions that come through, oftentimes in the moment, we're like, what the heck does that mean? I remember this one especially. It was like, what would that mean to anyone? But it's often upon further reflection or something else happens and it makes it click. And we go, oh, that's what that was about. So Kristina, from tuning in from 2 days ago, that had her reading, saying she cracked the message and that it was awesome. So yes, oh, that makes me so happy. Thank you, Kristina. I'm so glad that you commented and said that. Thank you for joining today. Oh, that makes me so happy. Feeling so much magic at that. Oh, thank you. So anyway, Anna and everyone, thank you for your patience. She says, yes, I have her permission, and please, she would like me to give her a reading. So tuning in now. Ooh, that was good. The energy of that was awesome. That just took my vibration, which was already high, up to like the next level. I'm feeling awesome now. Thank you, Kristina. That's why I do what I do. I love this stuff. It's so much fun. Tuning in now. Yeah, the first thing I noticed about your energy field is there is just like this golden, it looks like just a shining kind of like triangular star thing, like right above your crown, like right here, just super bright, shining out. with this like yellow gold sun-like colored energy. So that was the first thing that stood out. Who is the first being that wants to make themselves present? It is an old man. He appears to be oh yeah, you know what? He is like a monk from like one of the Christian churches in like really old England. So what do you have? What question do you have for this monk, Hannah? Like we want, the brown robe with the hood and like the head shaved on the top and all that. That was the being that came through. Anna, what question do you have? Oh, she already asked a question. I would love to know how to handle my current stressful work situation. So Anna, asking that question of this monk that has showed up first. All right. I'm sorry. Feeling very excited. Lots of possibilities right now. Let me pull that up again so we know. I started to connect, but I wanted to have it. Okay. Oh, that was a beautiful vision. So the Fiona, really? You were just let out a second ago. The suspense, right? She likes to create suspense. I feel like she likes to create. Fiona likes to create suspense and drama. So like right as this vision is about to be told, she's like, nope, got to make an appearance. Got to make some suspense. What was the vision? Ooh. All right, Fiona, let's do this. So Anna, here's what came through. This monk, I saw him singing in the church at mass with the other monks that he lived with at this monastery. Just beautiful song, and as he's singing, such like divine like joy coming from him as he's doing this. And then I saw him later on. He was walking through the marketplace, and people for some reason were like treating him very poorly, like spitting on him, calling him things. And just to himself, he's quietly, I saw him like thinking back and remembering that song and just kind of like really softly humming it. And that kind of like anchored him in that spin instead of, going and being pulled along by all of the, all that was going on around him. He just kept in that, remembering that space where he has to go back to as soon as he's done. And then as he was doing that, he got to the end of this walkway, and someone hands him like this big loaf of bread and just says like, hey, this is for you. And they sat down, and he shared it with the man that gave it to him. And they were sitting on these like stairs and just having a beautiful conversation. And then the man that he was having the conversation with ended up coming back with him to the monastery to learn. So that was a beautiful, beautiful vision that came through. Wow. Anna, thank you so much. Like Kristina said, sometimes if we don't 100% know what these visions mean right away, the meaning comes later, and then they really click in a big way. But if you don't want to wait for that to happen and you want some help understanding that, if it wasn't already entirely clear to you, please book a full session and we can go really in depth. The spirits always are great at helping me to translate the vision into more understandable English. And then also we can talk to all your other guides, ask a bunch more questions, and really go in deep. So anyone who wants to do that, feel free to book a full session. I would love to work with each and every one of you. And it is so much fun. Oh, there's and powerful healing happens. I'm telling you guys. Either way, though, whoever is watching, head on over to YouTube, subscribe on Shaman's Way on YouTube. I always see the comments going through on there. You get notified next time I go live to do these. So yeah, subscribe. It'll be super great. So let's see. I'm definitely going to do one more. I might do two more, but I'm definitely going to do one more. So let's see. Oh, and Kristina says, I'm super excited to see what comes through today. I hope the kimono man takes my head off again. Kristina, do you want to book a full session? Because that would be awesome. I would love to talk more to the samurai that came through for you. I'd love to talk more to him and facilitate like a full deep session, because there were lots of other beings that wanted to talk as well. So if so, head on over to the website, book, or send me a message on Shaman's Way. Look at Fiona. She figured it out. She's opening the door by herself. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Okay. Let us see who Spirit says is next. I'm just going to scroll through here. And again, I'm not going in order. There are no turns. Just whoever Spirit says it would be fun to do a reading for. Liv Power. Don't know if you're still watching. This was sent like 25 minutes ago. So if you're still watching, Liv, let me know. Are you still watching? Would you like a spirit guide reading? And do I have your permission to energetically enter your space? If so. So I'm going to wait for Liv. I'm going to have that pulled up there. So, no, because I got to scroll down. So we're just going to wait and see if she's still watching. If you are, you're next. Oh, and Liv, she just commented a second ago too and said, do you see anything for me? No, I don't. I don't see anything for you because I haven't done the reading yet, but I will. So we're going to get to that. Oh, if you guys can't tell, I don't have any fun. I'm just a super serious guy about all this spiritual stuff. No, you should never be serious doing spiritual work. Being serious when doing spiritual work is only going to, sorry. Talking on this note, when heaviness arises and big release happens, that's beautiful. Experience the full range of that. But joy is really the right direction. And sometimes we need to experience that big release and that heaviness in order to move closer to the joy so that we can really start to just launch off into the beautiful experiences of spirit. Now, Anna, who I just did the reading for, or gave her a message, says, thanks, that means a lot. I started tearing up. Strangely, I am pretty sure I know what this means. Yes, and so I'm glad. So I didn't even need to go into the explanation for that one. So thank you so much, Anna. Thank you. Much love to you. Much love to you. And Liv Power says, I give you my permission. Let me close this door here. And hope that Fiona... Oh, and speaking of Fiona, I have the Cosmic Kitty shirt on today. How appropriate. All right, Liv. Coming into your energy now. Many different colors and beautiful complex geometry in your energy field, as there is with everyone. But the dominant color that stands out is a lot of this ethereal purple, which there is meaning to that, but that's for a later time. So who is the first being that wants to make themselves present? I have never seen a being quite like this. They are a being of speaking of all the purple that was throughout your field, this being was like a very ethereal purple energy all throughout the body. And almost like not quite 100% solid, like a lot of guides show up. And just the way they looked, they were humanoid, so like arms, legs, head, all that stuff. But the eyes were something just way different about the way that the eyes looked. And then the feet were almost like these, how to describe it? Almost like a cross between, if you could imagine how like a camel's hoof, there are just like two of them, but then how on like a bird's feet, they're like curved like talons. That's what the feet looked like. That was one feature that stood out, but very ethereal, just flowing purple energy throughout them. So I don't know what to call this being, but what question do you have for this being that has shown up? Liv. And I have many, many people reaching out asking for readings. So I thank you all so much for being here, for being present. If for some reason I don't get to you today, which I may have to wrap it up after this reading or the next, I may do one more. We'll see. But if I don't get to you, then subscribe to Shaman's Way on YouTube. Link is in the description, and you'll get notified next time I go on. Or if you don't want to wait, you can always book a full session, and we can just dive in and go really deep. So I thank anyone who feels called to reach out in any of those ways. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we're waiting on Liv for the question that she has for this beautiful, ethereal, purple, flowing energy being. Oh, and then Liz says, thanks. She loves watching. And I love having you here, Liz. Your energy is absolutely wonderful. And so are your guides. Your guides are amazing. So we will see what Liv has for this ethereal purple being. I feel like some light language needs to come through here while we wait. Oh, no, I guess not, because she said, what does the future hold? I'm going to see what this being says. But then I have my own words for that, no matter what they say. But we'll see what they have to say first. Pulling this up so we know who we're talking to. I'm answering as the future holds. Ooh, okay. Liv, so this being communicated in an energy that I was able to translate into English pretty easily. So I asked, and in a sort of a very, how to put it, omniscient, whatever the word is for that, ominous kind of tone. I asked, what does the future hold? And she said, she showed me, and there was like this bright light and this darkness. And she said, the light, the dark, suffering, and joy. So there will be suffering, but through the suffering, there will be peace. And in the peace, there will be freedom, great freedom. And so I asked on my own, can you be more specific than that? And then this being opened up this, like these lines, like numerous, like infinite timelines, and just pointed and was like, pick. So being a very few ominous words. So again, what I was going to say to that, though, is that what does your future hold? You decide that, Liv. We are the creators of our reality. Our future holds whatever we are ready to receive, and we can create a reality 100%. There is nothing set in stone. So I think that is part of what this being was trying to communicate. I also get the sense that if you were to ask much more specific questions, this being would delve in very deep and give you all kinds of really powerful answers to that. But this is a mini reading. This isn't a full session. So unfortunately, we can't get into that today. Liv, if you feel called, reach out to me and we can schedule a full session and get to know that guide and all the other ones really, really deep. Are in really in depth. So yeah, we're gonna do one more. So who is it? Who is this one more that we're doing? Then this will be the last one. Do do do. Yarane. Urmadunadai araue. Thormanahi arbareana. Yarana. Surmani armakaya ranaseya. Ure ramnaya. Intuitive Journey. Are you still watching? Intuitive Journey, if you're still watching, then you are next. You are next, Intuitive Journey. So if you're still watching, let me know. And we will do your reading. And yes, I always ask if it is okay for me to enter someone's space energetically. Even though people are here asking for readings, sometimes to ask that question, it shifts the person into being into the space of allowance for me to come in. Otherwise, if I were to just kind of like make my way there, even if they're already requesting a reading, sometimes that can cause like a little bit of like discomfort, and or we'll just say that for now. But so yes, I always ask permission. So Intuitive Journey, if you are still watching, would love to do your reading. So let me know. We're going to wait about another 60 seconds to see if the comment comes through from Intuitive Journey. Otherwise, we're going to move on. Oh, yes. Intuitive Journey says, hi. Intuitive Journey, would you like a reading? And oh, yes. Yes, I do have Intuitive Journey's permission to enter Intuitive Journey space. So, and everyone who's watching, thank you so much. If I didn't get to you today, subscribe on YouTube and you'll get notified the next time I go live. So I thank you all so much for that. So Intuitive Journey, tuning into you now. First thing I noticed were just the eyes. Through the eyes, there's just this beautiful stream of, wow, just opalescent energy coming out of the eyes. Who's the first being that wants to make themselves known? It is an angel, and this angel has is very like silver throughout the clothing, the wings, and the energy field. Lots of silver energy. What question do you have for this silvery angel? Question is just career/work. So I'm assuming that's just general guidance on that. So let us see what they have to say about career/work. I'm going to give you the opportunity, Intuitive Journey. I'm going to let you know the more specific questions we ask, if there is something specific you're actually looking to ask about, the more specific a response Spirit will give. It's like the law of vibration. What we put out, we get back. So if we ask really vague, we might get more vague. If we ask really specific, we're going to get more specific. So he said, is there a career I should go into? And again, I'll speak on this again after. We'll see what the angel has to say first, but we'll pull that up. Ooh. I'm going to give a little bit more to this one. But this angel, very playful. Is there a career I should go into? They just said, yes. Just because that one was so short, I'm going to ask if they can clarify and go a little deeper into that. Oh, wow. Okay, so before I go ahead and give you their response, let me just say this. We create our realities. We can choose whatever we want. And so your future, you get to create that. It's up to you entirely, 100%. But what this angel said after just saying, yes, there is. I asked her who felt more, well, there is really, the gender is kind of ambiguous with angels, but felt a little more feminine. So she said, she's like, come walk with me, brother. And she had me walking with you, and your spirit, your energy fields. And I saw you walking, and like the way that your eyes were like both creating and taking in reality in this very beautiful way. And she said, art is a career, one potential future for you that will, if you choose, when it happens, you'll know, but it's going to create a lot of abundance for you. Is you're going to create art, but not the kind of art that most people think of, like paintings or music, but it will be a form of art. And when you discover it, the thought that it's going to be for a career or that it's going to make you any money at first isn't even going to cross your mind. You're going to discover this art. It will be such a joy for you that there's no concern about anything else. But because of that, you will be in the space for receiving so much abundance. And then it's just, so that was the message that came through from the angel. If you want more insight into that, or you want to ask other questions, I would love to have you for a full session. So I thank you. Thank you. Oh, look at this. Wow. I was looking at expressive art therapy with meditation. Thank you. I love it when spirit comes through in these ways that people are like to me, I didn't know. I don't past, present, future in these. So I don't know what this guide is showing me. So this is obviously something you're already heading in the direction of. So that is cool. So yeah, you're headed in the right direction there then. There's a lot of abundance coming for you if you keep if you keep going in that direction. So yeah, but if you want any more insight into that and to go deeper, that'd be cool to do a full session. So definitely reach out if you would like. I would love to facilitate that for you. And to anyone else I didn't get to, if you want to book a full session, the link is there. I would love to do that. Otherwise, subscribe. I say it 100 times a video. I'll say it one more time for today. Subscribe to YouTube, Shaman's Way on YouTube. You'll get the notification the next time I go live for these readings. And for everyone who is here and present today, I thank you so much for your beautiful energy, your attention, and your openness to allowing these incredible experiences to take place. Thank you, beautiful people.